Hi there, I'm Alan Fine, and I'm here with General Manager Paul Gallagher. We're at the Buswell Hotel in Dublin, very centrally located, and you will hear about that. It is one of the original Irish hotels. We're going to do a 4-part series on that, and this is Insider Travel Report. Paul, thank you for having us. It's a beautiful hotel. Tell us the history, please.
First of all, thank you for coming to stay with us. It's a great opportunity for you to see it, and hopefully it gives great insight to your viewers on this hotel. Buswell's is a very old established hotel in Dublin, right in the centre. Location couldn't really be beaten, right across the road from the Irish Parliament, and the museum quarter is right around the hotel, all of which are free entry, which is fantastic for visitors coming to Dublin. The hotel comprises of 5 Georgian terraced buildings built in 1759.
Big difference.
Big difference, yeah. And as such, they are all pushed together by way of small steps between different buildings. The hotel predates electricity and plumbing. I'm glad to say.
But you have them now.
I'm glad to say we actually have them now, but that just gives you a sort of sense of the age of the hotel. Regarding the hotel itself, quite a lot of it actually has preservation orders on it, so we're not able to touch anything, and nor would we want to. So lots of the aspects, particularly around the public areas, have all got preservation orders and are unique and original back to 1759 and so on. The hotel is 67 bedrooms, all very well apportioned. Nice bathrooms en suite, the sort of amenities then within the room, things like obviously tea, coffee making. We do complimentary mineral water and fresh water in the rooms for guests. Within the room then we also have a fan in case it's too hot, and luxury down pillows, nice linens, and television and radio and everything else you'd expect, hairdryer and so on. So very nice rooms, nicely appointed. All various sizes because the hotel again is 5 buildings, but typically it breaks down. We have 2 suites, 4 large superior doubles, 6 actual single rooms, and the rest then are mix up between twin bedded rooms and double bedded rooms. People would see this hotel as a heritage hotel. It has a lot of history to it, and its location is unique. And someone who doesn't want big brand or big chain feel certainly won't get that here. Very authentic in the sort of style and service of the hotel. And we pride ourselves on being very personal in our engagement with our customer. And I think when you're around the hotel, you'll get a sense of staff being very pleasant and very unprogrammed in what they do or what they say, but nevertheless delivering very personal, attentive service. So that's sort of the rooms. Then the hotel comprises them. Within the hotel, we have a small dry gym, which is your normal sort of gym stuff. Thank you. We have 2 bars where we're standing in one here right now. This is the Oak Bar, which is all lovely yew wood and leather seats. Upstairs then we have the main bar of the hotel, very popular, serving food really from 9:30 in the morning till 9:30 in the evening. Off that we have 2 drawing rooms, very busy all day, serving tea, coffee, afternoon tea, scones, sandwiches, you name it. And then we have a restaurant serving breakfast from 7 in the morning, all cooked to order, so there's no pre-cooked buffet, which is quite fresh. We actually have our own beehives on the roof, so the honey in the hotel is actually from the roof of the hotel, and they all forage around all the parks, so you're welcome to try that later on if you haven't already. And we serve a corvée lunch in there 5 days a week. So a really nice, intimate ground floor and beautiful lobby with lovely ornate fireplaces. And in the winter, all the fires will be going. A real cosy, warm feeling, very sumptuous in a nice way, and a very nice, I think, high-end hotel that attracts and appeals to consumers who want an authentic experience.
Without being stuffy.
Yeah, without being stuffy. We're not a 5-star, and we're not going to pretend to be. But we are very much a relaxed type of hotel. And I think as your viewers will now see, the hotel is very well appointed and its location is second to none. Now, this is the layout of Dublin City. It's quite compact, as I said. Buswell's Hotel is this location here, and right across the road over here is the Irish Parliament. But within 400 metres, you end up on Grafton Street, which is a pedestrianised, high-end shopping area. Very beautiful area. Above that, you have St. Stephen's Green. Really lovely park right in the centre of the city. Very popular with Dubliners. A couple of songs written about it over the years. Beside the hotel, you have the Mansion House where the Lord Mayor lives. So here's the hotel still. And then, as I said, the museum quarter, there are 4 museums within easy reach of the hotel's front door, and there's no charge for entry to any of them. Irish museums are all free access. They don't all open on Mondays, so that's anything to bear in mind. Trinity College is just below the hotel, and this is where you'll find the Book of Kells, a very famous and very much on the tourist attraction map. It is a very old parchment of biblical expressions and stories written by the monks many, many hundreds of years ago. The Temple Bar area is again within walking distance of the hotel. Lots of music venues and Irish pubs there. Dublin Castle then, which is the seat of power of the kings of Dublin originally, but now also part of the government's offices, situated here. And we mentioned earlier on about light rail or Lewis. The Lewis track, if you go back to the hotel again, the Lewis track is this little blue line, and that is a light rail network on which that you can travel the city very easily. The blue is one version of the line, and the red intersects here, which is another light rail network. So really easy to get around Dublin. And that can bring you further afield if you wish to do things like Kilmainham Jail and so on. The Guinness Storehouse is here, very easy to get around. Of course, it's hop-on, hop-off bus service also. So a very compact city, very easily done, and that's one of the beauties of Dublin.
And I noticed that your clientele is straight from Parliament, so that the locals like to come here.
Yeah, the Irish Parliament is literally across the road from the hotel. I'm here 21 years. You will meet the Prime Minister of Ireland in this hotel. You will meet every minister who leads very significant departments here. Of course, the opposition party are always in and out of here. That's what they do. They try to plan behind the scenes. But no, we are very much linked to the activity of the Parliament. In fact, up until about 10 years ago, the call to vote in the Parliament used to ring in the bar in the hotel. Now they've stopped that. Now they have their own bar, of course, but it was just a sort of historic thing. There wouldn't have been a bar, and they may have been over here at that time having a drink, and then they go back to vote. So it's just a little bit of history there.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of meeting space.
Yes, we have. Because we're so close to Parliament, there's an awful lot of pressure on us to provide space for people who wish to have politicians come across between sessions to maybe to advocate and to impress upon them to maybe introduce new legislation and so on. So we have 4 purpose-built boardrooms, 2 I think you will have in your footage. Then we have a couple of flexible rooms that are quite large, and they tend to be theatre-style setup, all but modern equipment, and they really do well. And I think the beauty about our meeting rooms and the Parliament is all of the members of Parliament know all of our meeting rooms. So if you're trying to get them over here, you want a politician who will turn up because they said they will, and they know the meeting room that they're going to, so there's no way they can get lost. And that really is one of the key elements as to why.
Mm-hmm. Now, Paul, talk about the fact that you're a member of the original Irish hotels. What does that mean?
We're an independent hotel, and I think that's where the authenticity comes from. So we are not governed by any other outside rules. We make our own decisions here. We implement our own standards. We look at what's good around the place. We see how we can adapt and adopt that. But when it came to overseas marketing, it was difficult for a small 6 or 7 bedroom hotel to have a large reach without a very high expense. So what we looked at was sort of cooperatives which were like-minded hoteliers who work together, who collectively employ sales teams in order to reach the marketplace. And this is, I suppose, we have met through an event in New York. I know
we did.
I know you're very familiar with the original Irish hotels, and some of the, particularly Roisin and some of the people involved. Correct, yeah. I think you've covered her in a previous interview. So we would have had lunch, and I think that's where we had a touch point. Yes, I joined them about 5 years ago, really from scratch. I felt that it was the right fit for me, and so far I've been absolutely thrilled. The relationship has been wonderful. It's a great bunch of hotels. We have 60 hotels in Ireland, both the north and south, so the whole island of Ireland. A great team working for us, about 16 staff, and they travel the world, meeting the trade, doing deals, giving allocations, and making sure that the pipeline or the interest opportunities remain open for us to receive guests. And then, of course, on the ground, it's our job to make sure those guests go away delighted and say something positive, certainly about our hotels, but then if they can think of the brand, also the brand. So it's been a wonderful experience for us. This is very much an original Irish hotel. I can't think of anything that would epitomise an Irish hotel better than this one here, both in size and scale and quality and the way people interact and relax here. Mm-hmm. It's a uniquely wonderful hotel.
Right. So we are going out to a lot of travel agents, and how would you want them to sell this property?
I think we'll sell with the confidence that if you're going to send someone here, they're going to be happy. So I wouldn't ask you to sell something you weren't going to be happy with, because what we want to have is a relationship that is both seamless and rewarding at the same time. So I think, if you send your clients here, we will do our utmost to make sure they have a wonderful experience. And in fact, then that they then obviously advocate not only how wonderful the hotel was, but that you guys in the travel business have a deep understanding of really good quality properties that really other travel companies can't reach, and that they will always go back then and say, and I booked it through, and they were wonderful, and they put me in the right hotels, and I had a wonderful time on my trip. I mean, that has got to be the end result for all of us, that I have had great customers, but they've gone back with great experiences.
Well, Paul, thank you for spending this time with us. You have a wonderful hotel, and I'm hoping that everybody gets a chance to visit.
Well, we'd love to have you all, so thank you very much, Alan.
So this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.